Speaking of people dying, coronavirus.
My corona. Dun.
Yeah, so we've been covering coronavirus quite a bit.
I'm
and
so sick of talking
We're
about it.
honestly kind of like sick.
So sick of it. I'm so sick
Yeah,
of
I'm
listening
sick.
about
I
it.
think I have coronavirus talking about it, but but it is kind of interesting because actually this morning, and yesterday, a couple of really big music festivals canceled, and that's kind of in my wheelhouse. So I thought it'd be interesting to talk about. So yesterday, Ultra Miami got canceled, which is a very big music festival, and it's actually a really big deal because 2 years ago, Bayfront Park, which is where Ultra has been for years,
Didn't renew their contract.
they didn't renew their contract. The city of Miami said, fuck you guys, and they had to move up to like Fort Lauderdale. And they went to this other place that was terrible because you had to cross this bridge, which was a giant funnel, everyone was trying to funnel into this little tiny bridge.
It sounds like a dangerous
And
fire
on the
hazard.
first day, thousands of people had to walk back to their hotels and couldn't get Ubers or anything because it was just so bad and it was congested. It was awful. And
Hopefully this
the
is not
city
the
of-
death of it like Tomorrow World was.
yeah, and that was really bad. And luckily, the second and third day,
Is it World or Land? Which one happened here in Georgia?
World.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
they can't use land because it's copyrighted by Disney in America.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Ultra, the first day last year was bad, but not so bad that like people died or stranded or anything. It was just like bad. But think about it, if you're like ADA or if you were like a wheelchair user, like fuck, dude. Like people literally had to walk like 5 miles.
I mean, it wasn't no Firefly Festival, and I can't believe I said wasn't no Firefly.
That whole sentence was wrong.
That was a very
We're gonna
bad
ignore that.
Let's just delete that from your brain.
It wasn't Fire Festival, but yeah. So it was bad, but it wasn't like awful. I heard, but it was very spread out. So like if you're trying to go from one stage to the other, like there were certain areas where like at Tomorrowland, it's huge. Walking from the furthest stage to the other furthest stage is a really far distance, but at least all the other stages are in between. So you're not just walking for the sake of walking. Ultra at the new place was like that, where you were just walking and there was just long distances where there wasn't even like a stage or anything. It was just like super far away for no reason.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, it sounded terrible. And that's another reason why I was kind of like, ugh. But Bayfront renewed their contract. They finally came to their senses, whatever. And they renewed the contract for this year. So it was back in the original location.
Ooh,
and
thank
now it's canceled because of coronavirus.
There's a lot of things getting canceled. I mean, I think about kind of like in my world a little bit. Not really my world because I don't participate, but I'm very interested in and I follow. Like the Arnold Sports Expo got canceled.
Yeah, the bodybuilding giant
show.
That's like the biggest bodybuilding show in the world.
In the U.S. other than the Olympia. It's the second. It's huge. And it's like the expo got canceled, but the bodybuilding show is still on, but
no vendors can go.
No spectators, no vendors, no nothing.
Oh, really? No spectators?
It's just people and judges. That's it. It's the bodybuilders and
Oh,
judges.
wow. So they didn't want to fuck over the bodybuilders who've been training for so long.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep. And then the Saturday night show, they're allowing like 200 people to come watch. And
Probably
that's
like friends and family.
And that's like a finalist group.
Wow.
Yeah. So that got canceled. Also,
Dude, that would suck if you were participating in that, man. That just stinks. Like there's no crowd or anything.
I mean, the crowd is like what makes a bodybuilding show for the bodybuilder. You know,
Yeah.
getting crowd reactions. And
Yeah,
not
and
just,
also
like,
if you
judges.
think about it, like what mentality are you in to be doing a bodybuilding show in the first place? You're kind of a little bit narcissistic and wanting to show off your body, and that just like sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think about even
Getting all spray tanned and shit. No one's gonna see you except for judges. That sucks.
yeah.
I'm sorry to anyone. I mean, that really sucks.
Yeah, and the same thing though. Another world that I'm not really a part of, but very interested in, is the automotive world and
Yeah,
the
Geneva.
Geneva Motor Show, which is like the biggest international auto show where all these massive companies reveal like their big concepts and like what's being released the next year and like all this crazy stuff.
Over the past like 3 years, it has become the biggest and most important car show in the world for sure.
Detroit Auto Show for the U.S. for America
Yeah.
is kind of like the one to go to, but internationally it's Geneva. Like,
Yeah, for
every
sure.
time.
I mean, that's where all the cool stuff is. Like, you know, last year, Lamborghini came out with their thing. Koenigsegg dropped I think the Regera. Maybe that was 2 years ago at Geneva. But there's always crazy stuff at Geneva, and and also related to Geneva Motor Show, about 30 minutes away is Tomorrowland Winter as well. So Tomorrowland Winter is a festival in France. So Geneva is like right on the border of Switzerland, and then you drive like 10 minutes and you're in France. And right in that area in the Alps, there's a music festival called Tomorrowland Winter. And last year, my brother and I went. It was amazing. It was super fun. You basically you get to ski and snowboard during the day, and then at night there's a giant music festival. So everyone goes, and it's so fun. Like, and while you're skiing on the slopes, there's little stages all over the mountain. So as you're like skiing down the mountain, you can just like chill for a little bit and get some food, grab a drink, and there's like a DJ playing like in the middle of like the most beautiful. It was the most beautiful place I've ever been. Like, it was insane.
I loved watching your stories when you were on that trip.
It was crazy.
It was so nice.
Yeah, because I also went to Dubai on that trip. That was sick. But it sucks, dude, because they canceled
everything. Corona's canceling everything.
They canceled it. So
Corona is canceling everything, and it's not like they're like, we're canceling this because of no. It's like
the government,
the municipalities and like governments are like, no gatherings of people over 100 people, or like no gatherings of people over 1,000 people, or no gatherings, or like no this or no that. Like, the reason the Arnold got canceled is because like the mayor or the governor of Ohio came into Columbus and like consulted with the mayor, and they're like, all right, we can't have this anymore.
Yeah. So in the beginning of February, they already started building all the stages and stuff for Tomorrowland Winter. And it said the French government has decided to cancel this year's edition. Since Saturday, we are in close contact with the French government about the impact of coronavirus, blah, 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 blah. They're taking drastic measures regarding the virus. Therefore, they're enforcing the cancellation of large events, bringing together people from different nationalities on closed festival grounds and event locations. Because Tomorrowland is super international. Like, everyone there is from different countries. Like, you meet people from all over the world. Yes, there's a lot of French people, but also it's such a unique thing that people come from all over the world. Like last year, I don't even really think I met that many French people. Like, I was meeting people from Australia, New Zealand, lots of people from Germany. Like, it's really, really cool for that reason, but it's also a reason why it's like kind of dangerous. But the messed up thing, dude, is they're not refunding everyone's lodging. They're only refunding the ticket price. So if you were going to Tomorrowland Winter, you're gonna get the lodging, because like otherwise you'd be screwed. But apparently, if you call, like they are doing it's through Tomorrowland still. Like, they handle it all.
Oh, okay.
So they sent out this message. They said, hey, so Tomorrowland Winter package will be modified as follows: your lodging and the ski pass. So your bracelet to get you into the festival also doubles as your ski pass for the whole time. So that will remain valid. You will get a full refund of your festival tickets, and it tells you the prices based on what you got. On top, Tomorrowland is going to offer you the first option to book a package for Tomorrowland Winter next year with a 10% discount, the possibility to buy a ticket for Tomorrowland Belgium 2021, so that's next year's summer Tomorrowland, during a dedicated sales moment. So they're not giving you a discount. They're giving you the opportunity to buy a ticket at full price. And then they're giving you a 50.
I hate it when companies do that. Like, we're giving you the unique opportunity to spend more money with us.
That's Ferrari.
Exclusive.
That is Ferrari in a freaking nutshell.
Yeah.
And then they're also giving you a €50 gift voucher per person to the Tomorrowland web shop, where you can buy merch and shit. And you have
Look
to
at my face. Look at my face right now. Seriously.
And you have to confirm your attendance and your festival ticket refund before a certain date. But I think the reason why they're doing that is I think a lot of people are like, fuck it. I've already got my plane ticket. I'm still going, and I'm going to ski the whole time. So I think that's why they're doing it that way. And if you do want to refund your lodging, I think you still can. But like, by default, they are refunding everyone for the festival because it's not happening.
I spent money. I took time off. Like,
yeah, exactly. I mean,
yeah, I guess I get it.
Because the flights are hard to, but I think a lot of companies are being more lenient with the flight thing.
Yeah.
Like my brother was supposed to go to this sales conference with his girlfriend in San Diego, and they canceled the whole conference, and all the plane tickets were bought by the company, and they canceled everyone's plane ticket. And my brother had already bought his own ticket, and they were planning on like doing some little side trips. So now his girlfriend has to buy another plane ticket because they're still going.
That's crazy.
Because again, it's like you already took time off. They already had like concert tickets out there, like a bunch of things. But who knows? Maybe the concert will get canceled. Like, it's so crazy.
I think it's quite a bit of overreaction, personally. I think
I'm glad they're doing something at least, though. At least like the government is trying to limit things.
I mean, I know that I have been more frequently washing my hands.
Same.
I know that I have.
Especially at the gym, dude. You're touching all that
Yeah,
equipment.
I was gonna say at the gym, I'm not wiping my face. I'm not putting things in my mouth. Sometimes I put keys in my mouth. Sometimes I put my bag in my mouth and like, because I carry it that
Yeah.
way. Sometimes I pick food out of my mouth. I don't do that anymore. Like, I am becoming precautious. I am more prepared. I am making sure, I'm paying attention to the CDC website. This news is just like they're getting ratings from panic and over sensationalism. And, I think about all the other times, we got the Ebola thing, we got the H1N1, swine flu,
It's only scary because it's a new thing. Like, if you look at stats, it's like so many people have died from so many other things.
Well, Corona is not new. Corona's been around for a while. It's just this particular strain of Corona, and it's very much like influenza. It's a respiratory issue. It's a respiratory disease.
Yeah,
and all the deaths have been coming from people that are elderly or immunocompromised. It's
Immuno or immune?
Immune.
Their immune system is compromised.
Thank you. I didn't know the right word to say that. And their immune system is compromised.
I was like, their amino acids are compromised.
I said immuno, but that's not a right word. They're immune compromised, and
they're drinking BCAAs.
Yeah, and it's something that like it's mild. Like it's and the thing is, every year the flu kills 48,000 people a year, and Corona so far has killed like 3,000. Pay attention to the flu. Get your flu shot. Like, how about you go do that? I think about, even other things like smoking and obesity, like driving cars, like
suicide.
All those things.
They're all way bigger killers.
Extreme killers, like
cancer.
Obesity kills 300,000 a year, and we're like, hey, let's come up with a new Doritos flavor. Yeah. It's like, okay. It's like we know cigarettes kill people, and they're like, all right, let's fucking keep smoking, man. It's no big deal. Fuck cancer, man. It can't get me.
Obesity kills 300,000. Meanwhile, over at Krispy Kreme headquarters, what if we put KFC between two donuts? They literally did that. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I saw.
Bad.
I saw it, and I was like, "This can't be real." A piece of chicken between two glazed donuts.
But also, I want it.
Jalila goes, "Oh, that's nothing new. They've been doing that on food Instagram for months."
I know. I've seen it too. Like
hadn't
been for
seen it.
years.
I
It's
hadn't
the
seen it
same thing as
before.
like chicken and waffles, essentially. I mean, I think there was even a bit on The Simpsons about it with like Krusty the Clown or something. He made like a donut thing.
If I could eat a piece of chicken in between two glazed donuts, hell yeah. I would.
You mean you'd put a piece of meat between two buns?
Don't get too deep in the sand,
There
Andrew.
was a
Don't go too deep in the sand.
What did you call the sand earlier?
I called it the dick sand. Whenever we're on the podcast and somehow genitals get brought into the conversation, the rest of the podcast is about genitals, it seems.
Oh yeah, so we're talking about genitals, right? I'm just kidding.
Getting caught in the dick sand. All right, what were you saying?
They make donut. What's it called?
Maple bacon donuts.
The,
I've seen that where you put the bacon on the maple.
Do they have donut cereals?
Donut grilled cheese.
Ew.
Dude.
Well, it depends on what kind of cheese.
I'm telling you.
What kind of
Andrew,
cheese, though?
You say ew now, you try it, it'll wow you.
Oh,
It'll
so we
wow
got
me.
personal experience over here.
I've tried it, dude. It
Well,
put a big smile on my face.
maybe I have to try. Hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode that clip was from, you can click right here. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can click right here. And if you want to watch more clips, we got 2 more right here.